you have all the Warrior stuff. Jimmy Butler's now a Warrior. Like, how are you feeling?
This is what we wanted. As somebody who bet this, like, this is exactly what I wanted. And I think that right now, like with the trio of Curry, Butler, and now Draymond Green, in a kind of a flawed Pacific division, I think that this could actually get to the finish line. Like, their price now is 16-1. It was 25-1 when we talked about it last week.
I'm surprised it's still that.
I mean, I guess the Lakers are playing well. Like, I do have to admit that. Like, the Lakers are 10 games above 500 now. LeBron has been awesome. I like how you say I have to admit that.
Like, they just traded for Luka Doncic. Like, it's okay.
But I'm just saying, like, even without Luka, I'm saying, like, they've been playing really well, and even with Anthony Davis being hurt. But, like, they're now minus 165. That was like a plus 120 a couple of days ago. I think everyone's just been betting that now, like, Luka Doncic is going to make his return or make his debut, I should say, for the Lakers on Saturday. That'll be a big game to go ahead and watch there. But I think the Warriors, I do believe, have a fighting chance. And only being about 4 or 5 games back in the loss column with still plenty of time to go, at price, I feel comfortable with the ticket that I have.
I think you talk faster than me.
Do I?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. If I get excited about something, I really start to go.
Going, man.
I start to go.
Get going. Dude.
I mean, you asked me about something I love. I mean, there's a lot going on in the NBA. Obviously, like, we're here for the Super Bowl. We're going to get into all that stuff, more of our props a little bit later on. But, man.
So why do you do that?
Why do I talk fast?
No, that. Like, well, we'll get to the props later on.
I just want to keep people informed.
You're doing host stuff with me while we're talking. We're having a conversation.
Well, yeah, we're having a conversation. I just want to keep people informed of what's coming up next. But I'm excited about this NBA stuff that's been happening.
So, I love the Warrior stuff now.
Yeah.
And I love it with Butler. I think he's probably going to come out and be like MF and Jimmy Butler.
That's my thing.
But how is that, like, not going to be what it is?
I don't know. Like, is he hurt or something like that?
Yeah, of course. We say that about anybody.
Yeah.
And all he wanted was to get paid.
And he got it.
And he got paid. I think you're going to get, like, scorched earth MF-er Jimmy Butler.
And I think his whole motivation, and, like, obviously money was motivating him, but I think he wants to tell the Miami Heat, bleep you, for you guys not trusting and paying.
You know, I don't know. Now we're trying to get in his head. Like, I don't know if he thinks that. I think he's probably just like, I just want to get paid. But that's it.
Well, of course everybody wants to get paid, but, like, your employer telling you that we don't think you're worthy enough to pay you, like, we think that you're on borrowed time as a NBA star, like, that's got to be a motivating factor for a guy that's wired like Jimmy Butler.
What's the ceiling now for the Warriors, you think, with Jimmy Butler?
I think the ceiling is a conference finals appearance.
Okay.
I think that's that's the peak for the Golden State Warriors. If we're looking at, like, the spectrum, my guess is that what happens in the playoffs, probably out in the second round, but the ceiling I do think is conference finals. I don't think they have enough to actually get to the finals. Like, if they played the Denver Nuggets, I would like Denver against them. Even if they played OKC, I know the Warriors would have the pedigree with Steph and Curry and those guys having won many championships. I would still like the young upstart Thunder team now that it's their second go at it, but I mean, the West is wide open, and nobody else can make any moves. Like Phoenix, they're stuck with their current core, which I think was a mistake by the Phoenix Suns. They're not trading Durant or Bradley Beal, which is a tougher thing to do since he has a no-trade clause. But I think in a wide-open Western Conference, the Warriors have guys in the playoffs that you are afraid of. You're afraid of Steph Curry. You're also afraid of Jimmy Butler, and they have 2 of them.
Rank 1 through 3 for me. The 3 Western Conference teams that made huge moves. Warriors, Lakers, Mavericks.
For me, I would just the rank the moves, or just rank the teams as it stands right now.
Rank the teams as it stands right now.
I would say the Warriors, number 1.
Wow, Golden State's the best of those 3 teams.
I think so. I think in the playoffs, they're the ones I would trust the most. Is how I'm thinking about this exercise. It would be Golden State,
not the Lakers.
Not the Lakers. Mark Williams is awesome. I've been a big fan of his since back at Duke. But I still worry about the defense, and also worry about him staying healthy. And also, he's another big who's never been in a postseason
apparently,
run.
like, I don't know if it's like Luka picked him specifically, but like that's kind of like there's some reporting out there.
I mean, that's how
Luka sat down with Rob Pelinka and was like, "This is what I need." And maybe he was like, yeah, like I want Mark Williams.
Pelinka said it at the press conference.
That Luka wanted Williams specifically.
Well, that's the interesting part of it. But, like, Pelinka literally said, like, hey, like, we chatted and, like, we went through things that Luka would need to help build the roster around him. Like, it's Luka's team, which is crazy to say on a team that has LeBron James.
I don't think it's Luka's team yet. I think it's still LeBron's team.
I mean.
Now, listen, Luka's
got that time ticking on the contract.
Luka's the better player than LeBron. I think that this is maybe next season you could say it's Luka's team. I would say it's still LeBron's team for right now.
I mean, LeBron is like just like the sun in the NBA galaxy, but like they got to make Luka happy. They don't have to make LeBron happy anymore.
I think Luka is happy, would be my guess.
Well, I mean, he's happier now.
He worships LeBron, right?
Yeah, LeBron's like his idol.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. You get to play side by side with him.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I think the Warriors are going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And they got to keep Kuminga, which I thought was pretty interesting.
It's Warriors, Lakers, Mavericks to answer your question, though, for me. I want to buy in on Dallas, but
you loved this trade for Dallas a couple days ago. Now you don't?
The scoring is going to be a problem.
So what happened, though?
It's going to be I just thought about it more. The scoring is going to be an issue.
So you're out on the Mavericks?
Not out. I think they're still going to make the playoffs. Like I still think that they can be a dangerous team. Like in a series with like Oklahoma City, I think they could push them like that. But they're a matchup-based team from an overall standpoint. Like Dallas versus Team X, not Dallas versus OKC. That's where I'm like, okay, I worry if they're not going to be able to score enough, just because you have Anthony Davis, who is awesome. Kyrie Irving, though, the usage on a guy like that in a playoff series when a team is now game planning for it, I don't know if that's going to end well. So I think Dallas defensively is how they get it done in a very specific matchup, but overall not as confident as I was a couple days ago.
I would say Lakers 1, Warriors 2, Mavericks 3.
You go Lakers over?
I would take Lakers first.
Do you think the Lakers are going to go to the finals?
No.
Conference finals where you cut it off.
Conference final. Let's see how this looks. Let's see how this looks. I like Redick. I love LeBron. I love Luka.
Luka's going to be very motivated too.
And I love Emmitt Smith. I think Emmitt's getting ready to join as well. We'll see.
I mean, Philly's going to give him problems. You know, they have to.
So this is
that's how it goes.
So this is Radio Row in a nutshell here. Emmitt Smith is waiting to join us here. He has been stopped by our friends at WIP and is now talking trash to them without a headset on.
I mean, if you're Emmitt Smith, I'm definitely talking trash to Philadelphia anytime I get.
But like the Eagles weren't like his big. The Eagles stunk when the Cowboys were awesome. Like
92, the Eagles were a good team.
Everybody kind of stunk in the division.
Yeah, 92, the Eagles were good.
I want to say the Giants were the biggest rival, but the Giants.
I mean, the 93 game is a legendary one right there, which I'm sure we'll ask him about.
Okay, so Bill, what are we doing?
The time that we have him.
Okay, so Emmitt's going to join us coming up next segment here. Okay, great.
Do you have some shuffling to do?
Yeah. What other NBA trade stood out to you?
The DeAndre Hunter one, I think, is a big one. DeAndre Hunter going from the Atlanta Hawks to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I love this take by Femi. He's 100% right, and I think it's a move that not a lot of people are going to talk about because of all the other blockbusters that have happened. But DeAndre Hunter, like a low-key, awesome player, up there for Sixth Man of the Year, and this is a really nice depth piece. Now, I don't know, is that unfair to say for the Cavaliers?
No,
he's going to play a lot, right?
I think that's why they made the trade, was that they wanted to upgrade their sixth-man role. Well, how about the guy that's been playing like the best sixth man over the last 5 to 6 weeks in the NBA, which is DeAndre Hunter? I think this is a massive move for Cleveland, not just from a team standpoint, from an awards standpoint, because that's where my mind always drifts when these transactions take place. Like, DeAndre Hunter is a viable candidate to win Sixth Man of the Year, and he's always been priced like it. He's always been like the second choice in the market. He's like around that plus 200, plus 250 range. I think right now that he's on a good team that's winning and a team that is like the defining team of the regular season as it stands right now, I think DeAndre Hunter should probably be like co-favorite with Peyton Pritchard to win Sixth Man of the Year. So I think it has Sixth Man of the Year ramifications. It also has Rookie of the Year ramifications, as you're now taking out another high-usage guy out of Atlanta. The sea is being parted for our guy, Zachary Risacher, the number 1 overall pick, to have the opportunity to go out there and put up points and win Rookie of the Year. Jalen Johnson got hurt. That's obviously unfortunate for Atlanta. But now with Hunter out of there, like, Risacher is getting big minutes, guys. Like, he's the number 1 player in this draft. Like, this has the upside. Like, Risacher right now, he's around like plus 900, plus 950. That is a bet for Rookie of the Year. Like, I think Risacher could take off over the final third of this NBA season post All-Star break.
So lay it out, all like the awards bets just in like a tidy package here, and like awards thoughts coming off of all these trades.
DeAndre Hunter traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. DeAndre Hunter can now win Sixth Man of the Year, because I don't think he was going to do it in Atlanta with that team hovering around. He's around like plus 200 or so. So he's always been prices like, because he's awesome, but like the team I think was going to hold him back. That's no longer a problem. Even though he was traded, it's usually a little bit weird. You don't get guys that are traded and win awards, but I do think he can win this award based on Peyton Pritchard kind of like just sort of like falling back a little bit in Boston. On the other side of that trade with Atlanta, big-time move for Risacher, getting Hunter out of there. He now has an opportunity with Trae Young and those guys to go ahead and have a nice like runway to put up points and have a big-time points per game scoring, at least in the final third of the season. So Risacher, Rookie of the Year, I think is a bet to make right now, in addition to Hunter, to bet Sixth Man of the Year.
That's a good job, man. That's really well done.
I was obsessed with this trade when it went down. Absolutely. I saw it and I was like, whoa, this has tentacles.
Anything else?
I would say that's probably it right now. Top of mind, I mean, Like the Hunter trade was a big one. Obviously, like that's like the one that was really like from a betting ramification, but the other stuff is just kind of like tertiary trades that we saw today.
Okay, so you're talking about the Cavs, right? And
yes.
DeAndre Hunter, 6-man, maybe one of the best 6-men in the league this year. They just lost a couple nights ago to Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter makes them better.
Definitely.
Do you have any differing thoughts now on the Cavs in the playoffs now with DeAndre Hunter? Because like Cleveland's going to have home court advantage.
Yep.
I think I'm still picking the Celtics. I probably would still take the Knicks also.
Same.
But that's a big move for them, dude.
It is a very big move. It's a nice move, but it's just the problem with these moves is that like because he's not like the front-facing guy, it doesn't really do much for the ceiling. It raises the floor. For sure, giving them added depth. He's one of the best 6-man of the year, like you mentioned. But for the ceiling, it doesn't do a whole lot there to where I still would go New York and Boston over Cleveland in the playoff series.